Welcome everybody. My name is Jan Denneman and I'm the chairman of the Good Light Group. In this presentation I will discuss the innovation challenge of the lighting industry. And that innovation challenge is providing good light indoors. I will discuss why I think the industry is ready for a new direction. Then I come to the paradigm shift away from focus on cost reduction to the focus on creating value. Then I will discuss the indoor environment, the built environment, and the focus that the indoor environment has on healthy buildings. And then I conclude what you can do. Why is the industry ready for a new direction? The last decades the industry has been focusing on cost reduction. Actually, they say energy saving, but immediately that energy saving is translated by customers into cost reduction. And with that, the lighting industry is one of the champions in the world of cost reduction. Another aspect is that the lighting industry always has focused on customers. Can be retail stores or big distributors that sell the lighting products. But the lighting industry has hardly had a serious focus on the users of lighting. And there are more than 50 million customers probably worldwide, but there are billions of users of lighting. The industry is ready because the sales and profits over the last years has deteriorated, reduced significantly. Alternative business models like the Internet of Things and intelligent lighting systems have not yet compensated for the reduced sales in lighting. Customers especially care about cost savings because they have not been told differently. And the users, the billions of users of lighting, are unaware of the benefits that good light can have for their health and well-being. And let me summarize the 3 breakthroughs in the industry of this century. Of course, we have LEDs that really penetrated the general lighting market in the first decade of this century. And intelligent lighting systems, because if LED is the light source, it's easy to integrate LED into smart lighting systems. But the third, I think even more important and most forgotten aspect, invention, breakthrough of this century is the discovery that light does more than enabling us to see. Light has an influence on how we see, but also on how we feel. The third and most important discovery is therefore the third photoreceptor, the IPRGC, or the spheres, that take care of synchronizing our biological clock, our circadian rhythm, with the time of day. The roadmap of the industry is already a couple of years old, and this gives the focus of the industry since 1980. In 1980 the focus was really on energy efficiency. When LED were introduced around 2000 for general lighting, that makes tunable and adaptable lighting systems easier. And of course there are smart lighting systems coming up. And the focus now is also on circularity. But the most important and not well explored opportunity has to do with human-centric lighting or good light. People give different names to this. Biophilic light, human-centric lighting, integrative light, biological light, day-night light, nutritional light. But let's simply call it good light. So it's now the paradigm shift that we need to realize. The paradigm shift is from an orientation and a focus on cost reduction for customers to value creation for users of lighting. Now the industry worldwide has 50 million or 100 million, roughly, that area of customers. And the value for the customers comes from cost reduction through energy saving. And what we sell, what the industry sells, is basically indoor lighting between 50 and 500 lux static. And that leads to a global general lighting market of 70 billion worldwide, and that market is not growing, it's even decreasing. A future could be that instead of focusing only on customers, we also start focusing on the users of lighting. And there are more than 5, 6, 7 billion users of indoor light worldwide. And the value should not come from cost reduction for customers, but the value should come from the user well-being, health and well-being of the users. And instead of focusing on the 50 to 500 lux static, the focus should be much more on creating 2000 to 500 lux dynamic vertically on the eye. And if we would do so, we require much more intelligent and smart lighting systems, much more sensors to do this in a smart way. And in this way, the lighting market could, instead of continuing to decrease, become increasing. And I give it a shot, say, let the lighting market become 140 billion yearly. To summarize this, already explained in earlier presentations, good light needs to be optimized, dynamic, personal and attractive. And that's the biggest challenge in indoor lighting. Going from 100 to 500 lux static to 1000 to 500 lux dynamic for a couple of hours, vertically at the eye level. And then a few words on buildings. 50 years ago, the focus on buildings was on creating building environment in a cheap as possible way. So the focus was on cost reduction. Then, around 1990, 2000, the focus became on green buildings. Buildings that are energy efficient and circular. And today, people understand that the building also needs to create a healthy environment for people that have to do their thing in that building. That can be a school, a hospital, a home, a care home, a university, a conference hall. So whatever the building is intended to do, the building should create a healthy environment. And if you then talk with people that create buildings and talk what does make a healthy building, what does make a building healthy, they start talking about a lot of topics, like air is important. Of course air is important. Air purity, the temperature of air, the draft of air and so on. And they talk about sounds and acoustics is important for a healthy building. Of course it is. You don't want to work or live in an environment which is too lousy, too noisy, or with a lack of noise or sounds. And they say there must be a connection with nature, so we should have windows that people see what's happening outdoor. And there should be personal control in a healthy building. Of course that's important. But what many people forgot to mention is that light is also crucially important to create a healthy environment for people indoors. Good light. Happy people need good light, also indoors. If you want to know more, please visit us at www.goodlightgroup.org and please reach out to us if you want to join the Good Light movement. Thank you for your attention.